Do you ever get bored with your own playing? Do you sit down and play the same grooves and fills that you've played for years on end with nothing exciting happening? Do you basically have no new ideas and feel really uncreative and uninspired? Well, you're not alone. And in today's video, I'm going to show you different ways that you can spark your creativity. Let's get to it. Firstly, let's talk about limitations. Limitations breed creativity. By forcing yourself to do more with less, you'll discover new creative avenues that you might not have thought of otherwise. One of the easiest and most effective ways to do this is just remove parts of your kit. So let's strip everything back to kick, snare, hats. Without all the cymbals, the extra toms, and the percussion that you rely on, you're going to have to think of new creative ways to play the drums. Try and play here for about 5 minutes. Just sit and play some grooves, try and play some fills, and try and play some solos. Explore texture, dynamics, note density, all that sort of stuff to see if you can create new, different ways of playing through limitations. Now you could also limit yourself with only the sticking that you play. What can you come up with just doubles, just parallels, just a 6-stroke roll? Subdivision limitation is also a great way of forcing yourself to be uncomfortable and take your playing in different directions and kind of out of the autopilot of 8th and 16th note. Now all of this relies on improvisation. So if you're struggling with your improvisation, I made this video, which is all about tips and why you should practice improvisation. So go check that out if you need some help. While limitations force you to think more creatively, sometimes we need to change the environment that we're playing with in order to get a dramatic result. So now let's change your kit. Swapping out a tom for a bigger or smaller size, changing the cymbals, or swapping the position of the cymbals is a great way for you to try different ideas and force you to think differently behind your kit. That little stack that I now have between my hi-hat and my tom, I play differently if that's under my ride cymbal or if it's over by my floor tom. It's different. Is it good or is it bad? I don't know, but it makes me think differently. We all have a tempo where we feel the comfiest. Next time you just sit down at the kit and play without thinking, whatever tempo comes out, that is your home base tempo. So the next change we're going to make is to play at any tempo except that. Faster or slower, it doesn't matter, it just has to be different. I find that I play very differently at slow tempos like 30 to 40 beats a minute. When was the last time you played the drums with anything other than sticks? Changing what we play the drums with can have just as big an impact on the ideas that come out than anything we've talked about so far today. Now we could swap both sticks for 2 mallets or 2 brushes, but what I like to do is mix and match. So try this. In your right hand, place a mallet, and in your left hand, place a brush. Once you add in hot rods, different types of mallets and brushes, and even your hands, the possibilities are pretty endless. Benny Greb is an absolute master of this stuff, and someone I always come back to for inspiration. Speaking of drummers, we all have our favorites, our heroes, our goats that we always come back to and are always watching. But just like listening to the same band and the same music, listening to the same drummer won't give you a new perspective or new ideas. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to check out some new drummers. If you're like me, YouTube probably suggests a ton of drum videos to you every single time you're on the platform. So next time you're on there, I want you to go and click on the first video for a brand new drummer that you haven't ever seen and watch it. Now, this new drummer might not be your absolute new BDF, but they might give you a fresh idea. Just a little thing that you can take and inspire you to play a little bit differently. While limitations and changing your kit can spark your creativity, sometimes we need some new ideas. The conventional wisdom that you just need to learn more and more stuff that's not always true. I often find that instead of learning new things, what will really benefit you and I as a drummer is to go deeper with what we already know. I've talked so many times on this channel about how it's easy to fall into the trap of playing the same fills, the same licks, the exact same way as everybody else. 6-stroke roll, right left kick, the blues da, they all sound great certain ways, but everybody plays them like that. So just changing a couple of things, taking an existing sticking that you know really well, that you play all the time, and going a little bit deeper with it might spark you to play it in an entirely different way and lead you down different creative paths. Let's take the 6-stroke roll. Super easy to be played the exact same way, chuck those accents on the toms. But if I play around with the orchestration and the dynamics, I can get something pretty powerful. So just check this. I'm just gonna change the orchestration dynamics. This is what happens. Because I too felt frustrated with my own playing and my lack of ideas, I created a 7-step system called The Process, and there's a course on my website which will guide you through the 7 steps to take any rudiment and just go really, really deep with it. There's a link below if you want to go and check it out. Plateaus will always be a part of your drumming journey, but I hope that these ideas will help you be a more creative drummer and not spend too long in that rut. Till next time, happy drumming. We'll see you soon.
Bye.